Okay. Very early in the morning for me. Usually don't do these early in the morning like some fucking Louisianan drunk. But, got off work. It was a bit of a shitty week at work, so nothing better than to sort of make myself feel a little bit better by, have a couple beers. And haven't really done the review thing in a little while on the channel. I do have some like saved on my tablet that I haven't gotten around to editing that I did a couple weeks back, but maybe I'll get them up before Canada Day. Who knows? But yeah, we got two things from Burnside Brewing here. We got, I guess they're both new. No, I think one of them's been around before, but the format is definitely new, and one of the beers, I believe, is new as well. So we got from Burnside Brewing their sort of budget line, their Toller line. We've done a few of their beers before on the on the show. I might have reviewed Lime before. I should have checked that. I don't care. Who gives a fuck? Like 5 people watch this shit. Who gives a fuck? Well, we got the light lime and we got the dry. The dry, of course, is a take on the sort of high gravity lager thing. The like the maximum ice and the stuff like that. But probably more focused on like, hey, let's like kind of do what Moosehead did with like their Moosehead Premium Dry and their dry ice and stuff like that, because it's only 6% the dry, so it's not super high alcohol or anything like that, but it's a little stronger than your regular thing, so it's pushing it into territory of like Bush and stuff like that, JR Ready, things like that. And the Toller Light Lime for the summer, right? I think they have like a whole lineup of like Toller stuff now, like flavored stuff, because like all the craft breweries sort of here in Nova Scotia, they all have their little like summer seasonal packs and the like, right? That they'll put out, and they'll have like, oh, here's our regular light beer, but it's flavored with peach and raspberry and lime and orange and whatever else, right? That is filthy. I should really check these cans before I put them up. You never know what's in them, in the liner. But yeah, we're gonna take a little look at the webpage here just real quick and look at these beers. Been a while since I've done this. Share screen. There we go. Share. All right, so yeah, here's their Toller page, all their Toller products. Yeah, look, like I was saying, they got their little mix pack here. It's got Toller pineapple, peach, watermelon, and lime. So there you go. The regular Toller Gold. This is the dry. Apparently, is the bigger version of the Toller Gold, which is their lager. There's the Toller Light Lime. There's Toller Light. Yeah. And that. Okay. See what the dry. Meet the new big dog, Toller Dry. If you're a fan of Toller Gold, you'll love this. 12 IBUs, 6% alcohol by volume. And I don't need any of the tasting notes. Toller Light Lime. Their big dog can. Your favorite from our Dog Days mix pack is now available in big dog cans. Okay, so maybe it was only part of that mix pack before. I seem to recall that it was sold separately at one point before, but maybe I was wrong about that. 4%, 10 IBUs. They don't really, I don't think they even say on the can if there's like, okay, they say natural flavor and beer, so like maybe a lime puree or lime juice. Maybe they put that in. I don't know. Something along those lines. yeah, so we're just going to do both of these in one video. How novel. What do I do with my... You're a fucking disaster. You're a fucking disaster. Where is... There it is. All right. Bit loopy, bit wiry. Tends to happen when I get off work. Especially after a week like this, which was pretty shitty. So you have to forgive me if I go a little wild. I do say I like the can too. The colors for this one, just the color scheme is pretty cool. And of course, it's got a Toller dog on it, which I love. So there you go. We'll do the dry first. All right. So yeah, it looks basically exactly like their Toller Gold. I mean, it is their Toller Gold, just with a higher alcohol. So go to your pretty nice. I mean, it's a pale golden straw color. Looks way darker on the screen, of course. I always have to say that. You almost got like a little bit of a sunburst color almost in there a little bit, but yeah. Roma. Sweet honey and grass kind of thing going on. Almost Hellas Lager-ish. Somewhere close to what like the Moosehead dry ice or premium dry kind of smelled like back in the day. Doesn't have as much of the grainy malt kind of thing coming up though. Seems much more from like yeast esters, maybe just like kind of coming up in this. Very grassy, sweet honey, floral. That's a good word. Smells all right. Smells like beer. There's a little bit of that graininess there. It's not as intense as like I seem to recall like the Moosehead dry ice and the premium dry seem to have. Cheers. Not bad. Mm. All right. A little bit more of the graininess comes up in the actual taste. The sort of sweetness that you get in the nose is more like a highlight around the overall kind of grainy barley kind of thing going on. A little bit of sweetness comes out in the end. A good dryness comes out in the end. So it actually does live up to its name. It's got that effective little dryness kick that will make you want to take another sip. 6% alcohol, don't really detect it. Not that I would expect to. But it, for what it's worth, it's well masked. And it's very light bodied. It does the lager thing. What a lager's going to do, it does the lager thing. Oh, look who we have. We have a legend. Kent Beer Reviews. How you doing, Craig? Hope you're doing well, sir. But yeah, this is fine. It's a high alcohol and I say high alcohol, it's only 6%, but high gravity lager. That's the way you're supposed to say it, I guess. As far as Burnside doing their version of that kind of, I don't know if it's uniquely Canadian craze, but it was very big in Canada for a while in the 90s, especially. And you still see remnants of that craze, sort of sifting around. Like I said, Bush, J.R. Reddy, Moosehead still has their premium dry or dry ice. I can't remember which one they still have. I think Labatt and Molson will still have like their kind of versions. Craig saying, "Yeah, all good, pal. Hope you're well. I'm doing all right. I had a rough week at work. That's why I'm doing a review this early, just to, relax a little bit." So we'll finish this one off, and we'll do the light lime here. So I think style-wise, the Toller Dry, it's about an 8. Personal preference, I'd say 6.5. That kind of puts it in that like nebulous little area where it's like, yeah, maybe I'd buy it again. I mean, it's in these big dog cans. It's in these big dog cans, and it's I seem to recall it was fairly cheap, all things considered. I can't remember quite what the price was. Yeah. So yeah, 6.5. It's like, might buy again. If someone handed it to me, fuck yeah, I'd drink it. There's nothing offensive about it. It's well crafted, well made. It does the job just as well as any of the like big boys doing the same kind of thing. And it's probably a bit more authentically brewed beer. All right, cleanse the glass here. And the palate. Very professional. Can't believe I was never a Cicerone. But we have the light lime, the Toller light lime. It says 90 calories, 3 grams of carbs. Did they say that on the fucking dry as well? No. On the dry, they just said Toller Big Dog, more bark for your buck. But on the light one, they make a point of saying 90 calories. So it's health food. It's natural health food. Like I said, 4%. Yeah, they even have the nutrition facts on this fucker. Did they do that on this one? No. 90 calories, 1 carbohydrate. So that's 3 grams, or 1% carbohydrates. That's 3 grams. 1 gram of protein. Not a significant source of saturated fat. That's good to know. Trans fat, cholesterol, fiber, vitamin A, C, calcium, or iron. Well, fuck me. I'm probably going to get much more healthy drinking this. Well, this almost looks like a seltzer. It's so light. This is definitely lighter than the gold. Of course, again, looks a little darker on the camera, but this is like pissy apple juice color, like a really light apple juice color almost. And this isn't putting up much of a head like the dry did. Actually, it looks like a cider. It's kind of what it looks like, a cider. Let's go to the aroma. Okay. Yeah. Craig was right on it. Cider. Looks like cider. It's not cider, though. but it looks like it. All right, so the lime is not particularly overly sweet in the aroma, which is a good thing. It smells authentically enough lime, and honestly, that's the only thing coming out of this. I'm not getting any real beer aroma at all. It's just it's a light lime. It says, does what it says on the fucking tin. Cheers. Go to taste. That is very light. I am surprised there's even 4% alcohol by volume hidden in that thing. Are they calling this beer? Yeah, they're calling it light beer. Craig saying might have some cider later. It's disgustingly, disgusting weather there. Yeah, I heard that. Europe just got like the worst fucking heat wave it's had in like the longest time, like I think since the 70s or something like that. And the real thing is when you look at like the heat maps, compare the one in the 70s or whatever it was to the one today, like there was isolated pockets where it was like super hot, but then there was a lot of blue, like, denoting usual seasonal temperatures or even lower than seasonal temperatures. But then when you looked at like the modern fucking map, is like red all over. Yeah, that sucks. I hope you're keeping cool. I hope you have air conditioning. That's the thing. Like I don't think a lot of continental Europe especially has air conditioning necessarily. Other than maybe like the really hot countries, but generally, I know England and Scotland and the like generally fairly temperate year round. That sucks. Yeah, that sucks. I know you guys aren't used to big, massive heat waves, so I think we got ours coming pretty soon. Just saying, I think we got ours coming pretty soon. We had a really mild fucking June, and I think July is just gearing up to kick our ass. Craig says no ACs in UK apart from shops. I'm not going there. Oh fuck, that sucks, dude. Yeah. So AC is just not part of the culture there. Yeah, that blows. That blows. All right, back to the beer. If it is indeed a beer, this is one of those ones that, I mean, I'm gonna assume Burnside is not lying here. And this is a beer, but man, is this fucking light. This tastes like it's like 2% alcohol by volume. It is watery as fuck. This is probably one of the most watery beers I've ever had. The lime flavor is about as intense as what you get out of one of like those sparkling lime seltzers, lime soda things, soda water, non-alcoholic like flavored water. That's where this is at. Now, as a regular beer to drink, like in different times of the year, probably not great for like winter or fall. I mean, you could drink it during those times, but it just feels like it wouldn't be too enjoyable. Like, I'm not a super seasonal drinker, but like this is designed as a seasonal thing. This is designed as something you can smash down a bunch of in a really hot day and honestly get kind of tanked because it is 4%. Like, it's not ultra light in the alcohol. It's just very ultra light in the body and the flavor. So it's like you could be just smashing these down all afternoon. You're getting a little bit of flavor in your mouth as you're smashing it down, but you're basically just drinking 4% ABV water for the most part. There's very little difference as far as like detecting on your taste buds and everything. So it's perfectly designed for that kind of atmosphere, that sort of heat level. Deep into the summer, you get deep into the cups with this stuff. I imagine it'll probably treat you right if you're not looking for anything special. I think it'll probably treat you right. 4%. If you're a seasoned day drinker, you could make that work for you pretty well. I think you could, slide that through the entire afternoon. Maybe cap off with something different, or start off big with something, and then just like slide into these. If that is your thing. I'm not much of a light lime or lime beer in general kind of drinker. I have sort of in the last few years enjoyed lime, introduced into like chili beers, like jalapeno beers, Mexican styled cervezas that maybe have some like chili in them or peppers in them or whatever. Lime in that kind of situation is usually quite fantastic. But drinking lime beers on their own, not my thing really. But this is okay for what it is. Out of the lime beers I've had in the past, it's inoffensive, but it doesn't really stack up as like a great lime beer. Like, oh, you want a really authentic, amazing lime beer? You're not going to get it here. You're just getting kind of like a lime seltzer, but in beer form. It's kind of what you're doing. So, style-wise is like a flavored light lager. It barely has any flavor. It does all the other light lager things you want, but it barely has any flavor. And I gotta kind of sit the score at about a 6.5 when it comes to that, because it's kind of really not hitting the mark there. But personal preference. 6. I don't hate it. I don't love it. I'm probably never going to have it again. But 6, it's drinkable, and again, it's that definitely puts it on the side of like wouldn't buy it again, but someone hands it to me, I'd probably just like chug the can. That's probably what I'd do. Maintenance beer, a term that I've grown very fond of. Maintenance beer, credited to my friend Scott Myers. At least he introduced me to the term maintenance beers. They're kind of like lawnmower beers, but they're the beers you have in between the better beers in your day drinking. Or just, a prolonged session. Doesn't have to be all fucking day. You don't have to be a fucking savage. But yeah, it's 6.5 for style, 6 for personal preference. I don't think that's a bad score, honestly. I think it earned every fucking point it got. But yeah, you just gotta know what you're getting into. Like this came from the Toller pack of different flavored stuff, and I can see what they were doing. I can actually see it right now in my mind if I had actually bought that Toller pack that had all the different flavors, the pineapple, the mango, what was the other one? I can't remember. Watermelon or whatever the fuck. They'd all be like this, right? They'd have like the ghost of a flavor. They're designed to mimic the sort of, flavored seltzer water stuff, but they're not calling themselves seltzer water. So, I can't fault them for that. It's a gimmick, but it's a gimmick that sells. But yeah, I've ranted too long. 25 minutes now. 2 beers. 3 people watching. for some reason. Thank you, but I don't know what you're doing. Like I said earlier in the video, I do have a couple other reviews I have sitting on my tablet. I'll probably upload them in the next couple days. I think they're a couple weeks old at this point. I just haven't gotten around to uploading them, but no, it's not like I'm doing this for money or anything. I don't even know why I'm doing this. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. I'm gonna fuck off now. Enjoy these alcoholic beverages from Burnside Brewing. I like both of them. They're fine. And you're fine as well, viewer. Don't let anyone ever tell you you're not. But I'm going to leave now. Goodbye.